Nadia Dunn. Welcome to IDX TV. We're here at the Package Fulfillment, Logistics and Delivery Expo here in Cincinnati. And I'm joined by Ben from Middle Tennessee State University. Ben, thank you so much for being here. Now, this is a really interesting one. Tell us about your background and why you're here.
Sure. So I have a background in policing originally and left that after about 6 years thinking I had a little bit more opportunity in some other areas. And I went to education. So I'm back to school and earned a PhD in criminal justice, and I teach at a university. And then around 2019, I had a student stop into my office talking about a package that she had stolen from her home, and began to look at that and realize there was no academic information about it. It wasn't defined, but it was a serious problem, and did a first research paper on this and have done a few more studies since, and then kind of got wrapped up into the supply chain security and logistics and looking at all aspects of theft, and primarily focusing really at the last foot. So kind of at the home. So we get it, halfway around the world. We go from a fulfillment center, we put it on a truck, we drop it off at someone's house. And at least in the US, it's often unattended. So there's no one home. And then someone comes along and takes it. And I'm trying to find ways to prevent that.
So over the last couple of years, what are the trends? What have you seen?
Yeah, they have increased dramatically. We don't have great data on this, so we actually rely on a lot of customer surveys because we don't have a lot of industry data. There's almost no skill involved in taking a package, and there's actually very low risk. So you just walk up to a house, take it, and walk away. And so with low skill required and very minimal risk, it's easy for anyone to do. And so we see a wide range from some folks walking home from school who maybe dare one of their friends to go take a package, all the way up to very sophisticated, organized, criminal groups who are following delivery trucks and making a whole business out of this.
For higher value items, obviously.
Generally, yeah. And so that's, part of what I've looked at as well is, what is it about a package that makes it attractive, whether it's the size or if it has branding on the box. In the US, we have to have labels, warning labels, if it's a lithium battery, which is just like a flashing red light saying, come take me to a thief, right?
Yeah.
Because there's something of high value inside that box, generally speaking. So there's lots of avenues to look at this problem.
So what are companies doing to try and target that and stop it?
Well, I think we're at the emerging point in this where there's kind of a, let's try something, or just let's kind of ignore it and eat the cost. And I think that's been one of my struggles a little bit. Is I'll talk to some groups who are like, yeah, we know it's a problem, we're not sure what to do, we're just trying anything we can. And there's anything from PUDOs to having delivered to a locker system off-site to having a locker at your house. Each resident might have a locker. So there's any number of a wide variety of activities that are being done. And one of the challenges with this is it's such a multifaceted field. So many people touch a product before it finally gets to the house that it really takes a group of everyone kind of coming together to really look at this. So, for example, changing the branding on a box all the way down to the size, down to what time of day it's delivered, to where it's put on the porch. So all of these are factors that are important, and it really takes more than just one group to really address this issue.
And with the rise of like doorbell cameras and CCTVs, is it declining or what's happening with that?
It doesn't seem to be. The first study I did was using doorbell cameras because it was the only data that I could find from anywhere. And of course, it's it is a biased sample because I just looked at, people who were caught on video. But what I noticed is I think only about 8% tried to hide their identity, and everyone else just walked up. They'd even look at the doorbell. They might look around, they take the package. Yeah, they kind of look at it, notice what it was, and walk away anyway. So it didn't really seem to have any impact on the theft at all. So I'm leery that cameras are going to really solve the problem because they're everywhere now, right? So everyone's used to being on camera. And then if you think through the process of, even if you have a good video of someone taking it, how are the police going to use that, right? Like it's a very long process to get that to work. So I don't know that cameras are going to be the key.
So other than the doorstep theft that you're dealing with right now, what else are you looking at?
So there's a lot of opportunities in this line. So anytime a package, you can look at there being an employee theft, either in the fulfillment center or the person who's delivering it themselves can take it. And we've seen that on video a few times. Then you also have consumer fraud. And so the consumer can say they didn't receive a package when they did, or they may have a return fraud where they send you back a different item or something they've taken out of that box, that it's not a complete item. So I think there's a lot of loss right there in those two areas.
And coming to an event like this, who are you talking to? What benefits are you getting from coming here?
So one of the biggest benefits that I get, in all honesty, is to learn the industry. So being an outsider, I have to come in and I have to talk with people, and they'll tell me an acronym. And what does that mean, right? Because I don't know. I didn't go to school. I've not been in this field for this topic. So just learning how this process works. So I've talked with folks who do package insurance. I've talked with folks who do returns. I've talked with folks who do basically label generation and saying, do you know that you're sending this product to a risky house? And if you did, would that change how you would send it, when you would send it, types of things like that. So really, I think getting the word out that this is a problem that really needs to be addressed, and then being able to talk with a variety of people and say, I have some ideas that I could help you with, and then to learn the industry so I understand where in this process there are opportunities to intervene. And I guess the unfortunate part is I'm learning it's very complicated, as I mentioned earlier, right? There's so many parts and people that come into this. It's challenging to fix this issue, but I like challenges, so it's been fun.
I bet, and I can imagine there's not many people that do it.
No, I think I'm about the only one. So, I would love to have
always
some
get
other,
the call.
Right, I always get the call. I would love to have some other folks who have some other ideas who can start looking at this, especially maybe from inside the industry. But as of now, I'm the only one.
Well, this is your platform for those people to come to you. Thank you so much for your time, Ben. It's been lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for watching IDX TV, brought to you by CCL.